y'all, welcome back to Lantern Creek Farm.
Them cow hills. You can see the lines that are going down the hills. Those are paths that the cows have made going down to this creek there. This is a creek. It runs through there. I'm sorry for the lighting, guys. Alright, y'all, we made it to the farm. There wasn't much snow out. It's melting. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it's made it up to 34 degrees Fahrenheit for you Celsius people. We've made it to the farm. And yes, we have our hounds in here and Katie. That's why the chickens are put up. The chickens no longer free range because, you know, hounds. There is our newest little guy. His name's Seeker. And we have Tilly, y'all know her, and then Katie. But we're gonna work on getting our chores done today. Just follow along with us, guys. First things first, I gotta go to the truck. I gotta get the scrap bowls. I've got multiple Thanksgiving scraps for the dogs and maybe the chickens. I don't know. Probably just throw them over to the dogs, and we'll get them their scraps. Like I said, we've got the puppies in here, the young puppies in here with Katie. We've got Koa on this other side. We've blocked the jump gate so that the puppies can't get in there with our chickens because, like I said, they have prey drive. And this is what's working for right now. We do have to get some kennels for the puppies. He's excited. He knows what comes when I get here. We do have to get an area built for the hounds, but they're part of the family, so they're just in there for now. So on the menu today is Thanksgiving leftovers and kitchen scraps. So Ruby's Lakin's hound. She's up here at the dog house. We have another dog house up here as well, but Bonnie is put up because she's in heat. So we'll give some of this to Rube and some of it to Bonnie. Hi, Ruby. Hi, sweetie. Hi. What do you think? Ruby's a good girl. They do get kitchen scraps or leftovers or whatever you want to call it, along with dry dog food. We feed, just depends on the day, but typically it's the Pride dog food brand. I do have videos showing the specific kind that we use, but that's it. Bonnie's in here. There she is. Let's feed her some Cushall pie and leftover mashed potatoes. She's tore her bowl up. There she is. That's Bonnie. So Koa gets his food right here. We just fill that up. He comes in here and eats as he wishes. When we have free range chickens, he usually has to share with the chickens, but he doesn't, well, I shouldn't say he doesn't mind. He just runs them off of it. And something else that we do, we pull Seeker out and we let him eat a bowl of wet food in here. Mostly because he's in there with 2 large dogs. Obviously, they're going to get the run of the food. That way we can just make sure that we're keeping the weight up on him and he's doing well overall. So I'll feed those 2 girls and then I'll get him some wet food mixed with a little bit of dry food just so that he can keep his weight on. Obviously, it's wintertime as well. He's going to burn a lot more of that. And he is 9 weeks old this week, so he needs a little extra boost. While you all watch this cutie pie chow down, I'm going to get my rabbit feed together. Before we go any farther, I want you to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and let me know if you enjoy content like this, like random farm chore days. So on the itinerary today is the big stock chickens. We have 12 big stock chickens. Now, I talked about earlier about putting the chickens up from being free ranged. We had never had any issues with the puppies that we have raised getting a hold of our chickens, but this little guy right here has a prey drive like no other. Like I said, he is just going on 9 weeks old, and he has discovered that he can run and catch chickens. So unfortunately, he got a hold of them while we weren't here, and he injured 3 chickens, and so they're up, and like I said, we've never had any issues with that. I was hoping that if we did, that Katie would be able to protect from that, but she did not. So that is why the chickens are up. It was a mistake on our part, just nothing we've ever had to deal with. So I do have 11 chickens in here, and I do have a chicken that needs to heal from her injuries. She's going to be fine, I believe, but she just needs time to heal without the other chickens bothering her. Today is December 1st. And we have 3 does due on the 6th. So these specific does we have due on the 6th, and then we have one over here. So it's pretty exciting. These are actually out of the mini Rexes. This doe and the other doe over here I'll show you are the very first does I've ever decided to keep back on the farm in the mini Rex breed. So as you all know, I used to raise, or some of you might know, I used to raise New Zealand and Flemish Giant, New Zealand Flemish Giant crosses. And I'm super excited about this line because if you're not aware, we raise pedigreed mini Rexes for show, and this is going to be the start. Their babies are going to be the start of our very own Lantern Creek Farm line. I need to put him up, so I'll get back to you all, but I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see how these babies turn out. I'm really wanting to dive deep into getting the best quality, show quality mini Rexes I can get. So let me put him up and then I'll come back. Alright guys, so I got cold enough last night that the waters are frozen. But I've seen on many rabbit websites where people ask what they use to keep the waters from freezing in the wintertime, and really I don't feel like there's good economical options out there. Your best bet, it sounds kind of ironic, but your best bet is to use these metal. And the reason why that's your best bet is because when it freezes, obviously the metal is going to freeze it, but when it freezes it, it's so much easier to dump out, because regardless what you use, the water's going to freeze. But if you're using something like the bottles or plastic, you're going to have to either beat and bang on the plastic. The plastic could break or shatter and leak, and nobody wants to just keep buying new waters. And you're going to have to let it thaw out. But with metal bowls, it just dumps right out. And if it doesn't dump right out, all you got to do is give it a little tap and it's out. So we use the metal bowls. I'll show you again. See, they're already even partially melted already, but look, that's how easy it is to get ice out of the metal bowls. We do fresh water every day anyways, so it's not a big deal, but we use the metal. And I've used plastic. Some of them have plastic in them because I'm out of metal bowls right now. I need to go buy some more. But they're better. They're better. So if you're having issues with your water freezing, I highly recommend just the metal dog bowls. Some of my rabbits like to dump water bowls over, and that's why they have the plastic ones. They're going to dump the water out anyways. So, but the ones that have plastic, besides one of them, they're all dumpers. So they're going to dump it anyways. But, and even if they have the plastic that attaches to the cage, like Manly over here, his bowls are always unattached. He does actually have a bowl attached. That's unusual for him. So he's going to pull them off anyways. So it doesn't really matter. But here's another metal bowl. And if you're wondering how much we feed, I use a 1 cup measure. Oh my God. She literally just took that bowl from me, and I just spilled majority of that food on the ground. Watch out, girlfriend. I'm gonna take the bowl out. She moved that whole bowl. Did y'all see that? She's trying to pour it in, and she just moved the bowl. But use the 1 cup measure. I use the 1 cup measure because it's, you know, exact. Unless I overfill, and a lot of times I overfeed my rabbits. A lot of people use a 1/2 cup. I could probably get away with a 1/2 cup, especially in the summertime, but I really like to give them a full cup, and I feel like maybe they're a little overweight, but it's not crazy enough that they're not going to breed or anything like that. So, and also I give 1 handful of hay. In the wintertime, depending on how cold it is, I might give a little extra. But I find that 1 handful like this, if you grab it, you grab that with your hand, however much fits in your hand. Once you round it, that's how much I give them. So, Dallas here doesn't hardly eat any hay. This hog here, she'll eat every bit of hay you give her, and so will May. So, anyways, let's work our way around the rabbitry. If you haven't seen my video of me redoing my rabbitry, I highly recommend you watch it, because even since that video, things have changed. Oh. Okay, so this is the one doe that doesn't pull her water or move her water around. It's frozen in there, but it's mostly melted, so that's great. Hey, see, attitude. She just pulled the cup out of my hand. Her and her daughter are just alike. So Boise is the second doe that I fed over there. She's not even eating her food. She's got a little nibble. But they will try to put their heads in the way so you can't fill up the feeders. She gets a frozen huge bucket because even if you give her one that attaches, she still dumps it out. So you have to fill that all the way up heavy enough so that she can't dump it. Watch out. And that's Honey Bun. Honey Bun is Lakin's pet rabbit. I don't plan to breed her, but I might later on. I don't know. So for kits, it just depends on how many I have in here. They get quite a bit of hay, so I don't overfeed on the pellets. And since there's only 3 in here, I'm only going to do 2 cups. Hopefully these will sell soon. It's around Christmas time, so I've got every confidence that they should sell. Also, by the way, let me pull this guy out and look how gorgeous he is. Oh, hey, where are you going? I didn't get a good grip on him. Hey, are you hungry? Ain't he beautiful? He's got blue eyes, but you can't really tell in video right now, but I love you. I love you, boy. He's so cute. She is also blue-eyed. Now, I talked about earlier having does that are bred and having my own line. If you know anything about mini Rex show rabbits, you know that Blue Eyes is not show quality. It's an automatic DQ to have a rabbit with blue eyes. What causes that is the Vienna gene, or marble eye is what they have, is the Vienna gene, and it's not recognized as within the breed as being show quality. I'm keeping her, and I talked earlier about having rabbits of show quality. She is an excellent doe, has a beautiful body on her, beautiful coat, all the things you want for mini Rexes. She just has the Vienna gene, which causes the blue eye. I do breed for pet quality. I also breed for meat, obviously. But she's going to give me both show quality, pet quality, and obviously meat as well. And she's also just gorgeous. So this is Iris, and she is due with the other two does on the other side. She's due 2 days after them. So we'll see what she gives us. And he is impatiently waiting on me. Hi, bub. If you can hear the hen, she's down here. I don't know if you can see. There you go. Let's see if I can. She's down there in that cage. She's the one that got the injury, and we're keeping her separate from the other chickens right now, just so she can heal and be a little bit better without them picking on her. So we got a few more chores to do. We need to finish up in the rabbitry, which includes giving everybody hay and everybody water, and feeding and watering Miss Thing down here. That's Polly. If you've been around with us for a little bit, you've heard me talk about Polly. She's my best hen, so I was kind of sad that she got attacked, but we're going to get her situated. Let's mosey out and get us some water. These buckets right here are a godsend. They are, let's see, the gate's closed. I thought it'd be open. It's hard to do one-handed. The lighting's awful out here. Sorry, guys. They're from the dollar store. And I use them from anywhere from watering the animals to in the garden. We have a heater in this bucket so the water isn't frozen. This one's got ice in it. Lakin pulled a big chunk of ice out of it earlier, so. But I love watering with this thing. It holds, I don't know how much, like 1.5 gallons or 2 gallons if you don't have to carry it. It will spill though if you fill it all the way up. But it's really easy to water the rabbits or anything, actually. So I'll show y'all how we get her done. Do you all pick favorites on the farm? I know it's awful. Should I pick favorites? But I have favorites. I have ones that I like. I have ones that I tolerate. And I have ones that I love. Our girl Bethy back there is a love. I love her. She is so sweet and gentle. She's a wonderful mama. She just lets us love and cuddle on her. She produces some gorgeous babies. She's actually my best seller of kits. She produces the kits that sell the best for resale and pet. So she's number one in my heart when it comes to favorite animals on the farm. Probably next to her would be Polly the hen back there. She's just so sweet and gentle and kind. And if you're around rabbits or animals in general for any extended period of time, you can see them at their worst and you can see them at their best. And you can see that some are just not giving their best. So she is my favorite. She's beautiful, gorgeous, and has just such a kind, sweet nature about her. All right, we filled the bucket up for the second time. It usually takes about 2 buckets to fill everybody's water up in here. So we've got it filled. Up next is the hay. Everybody gets hay. So hay is kind of, depends on who you talk to, whether it's necessary for rabbits. Back in the day, I used to feed hay in the summer. This summer, I decided I wasn't going to feed it. I found the only time that it's really necessary in the summer is maybe when they're in molting season and they have a lot of hair in their poop. Usually helps them pass the hair a lot more through their poop, and so I do give it every once in a while. But this year I started just slowly integrating it into the fall. Now we're into December and in the winter, and everybody gets hay now. Of course, our lactating does get hay, and our does that have kits in their pens get hay. But overall, it's just those does that get hay in the summertime. The rest of them don't get hay in the summertime, and I really feel like that works out better for us. Now, I used to feed hay in the summertime mostly because it was convenient. We had horses, we had cattle, we had goats, we had those things, and so we always kept hay on hand. But now we just have to buy hay for the rabbits. And if you're wondering what I meant by a handful of hay, when I grab down into the hay, thumb to finger to middle finger, this is what I mean by a handful. This is how much I give my rabbits. All right, guys, Lakin brought us some quail in and the chicken in. So we had a friend call, and she said, I hatched off some, what are these? Silkies. She hatched off some silky chicks, and she said she hatched them off her friend, and the friend wanted silkies, and I guess a bainum, or a bainey as we call them. Rooster snuck in and got one of her hens, and this guy hatched, and he was a bainey silky cross, and the girl that she was hatching them off for didn't want him, so she said, hey, I've got a bainey silky cross, do you want her or it? And I said, yeah. And so we took this little guy in, her girl, whatever she is. We've named it Batty because it's like Batman.
She calls it Batty, I call it Lily.
It's got a little mask on it, and this little bit, it looks like a bat. So we named it Batman or Batty. Batty for a girl, Batman for a boy. So we'll see. And then, of course, we got the quail. So we're going to use this time to go feed the quail. The quail tend to waste feed. When I look in there, it's probably gonna be a lot of wasted feed. I've gotten the habit of trying to clean it out on Monday in the brooder. So we'll see how that goes. We were going to build a coop out here, but with the issues of the hounds getting in to the chickens, I don't know about putting the quail out there until the hounds find another place to go, until we can build a pen for them, or until we get a kennel for them. So right now I'm not going to be building anything for the quail out there because of that issue. I don't want all my quail to just be gone in a day. So we're going to go feed the quail. Batty is in with the quail right now, and so it's going to be raised up with the quail. We'll see how that goes later on. But we hatched off 12, and we have 10. Is it 10 left?
I think 2 passed.
Yeah, we hatched off 12, 10 left. All right, let's feed these quail. I want to build a quail feeder for these chicks. That way, or these quail, I should say. That way they're not wasting as much feed. But I found if I just feed them, I need to start just feeding them every other day. But if I just feed them on and off, that they'll clean up their mess. And then, like I said on Mondays, if I just clean it out, we can start from a blank slate. And they drink like crazy. So our main reasons for wanting quail are to produce for meat, to have as a meat source, to add to our other meat sources, along with having quail eggs. So my husband and my daughter's favorite snack is pickled quail eggs. And I had never, we didn't have quail, so we didn't have any eggs to produce. So we bought them at a local Mennonite grocery store. And so we're super excited about being able to have door's ready to slam, to be able to have and produce eggs so that we can have pickled quail eggs along with being able to produce as a meat source. Obviously, we're not going to eat these. We're going to wait until these chicks can produce. That way we can have more chicks and we'll just like bring the cycle through over and over again. If I'm not mistaken, they can be butchered at 12, is it 12 weeks? They can start producing eggs, I think, between 6 and 8. And I might be telling you all completely wrong, so I'm just going to shut my mouth. But anyways, that's the reason why we wanted quail. We got one dust bathing in the food. This is why the food gets wasted. So this is why I feed them every other day or so. Because look at all that they're throwing out. She's acting like she does that for a living. Dust bathing in the corn. Wow. Fantastic. Y'all, that quail dander is not for the weak nose. My nose is running like a sieve now. It's all itchy up in there. Okay, guys. So, rabbits, fed, water, hay. Check. Quail, fed, water. Check. So now, we gotta water the dogs. Get to the chickens and feed them. They're impatiently waiting. We have chicks, big stock chicks, and then big stock chickens we got to get in here and feed. I've talked about how we feed chickens extensively in videos. I've done multiple videos on it. I have a bulk feed chicken video. I have a how we mix chicken feed video. You name it, I got it. So if you're interested in how we mix it up, then watch the video. But layer pellets. If I can get it open. It's birdseed mix, sunflower seeds, just depending on how cheap something is at the time. Wild bird seed or sunflower seeds. And then corn. Put it all together. And you mix it all up. That's what our big stocks get. And then we give cracked corn to our younger chicks, sometimes with sunflower seeds. At this point, the sunflower seeds are still a little bit too big for them. Whole corn's still a little bit too big for them. So I mix it between chick feed, non-medicated chick feed, or crushed corn, just depending on what I'm fancying that day. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I'm going to try to get through this gate without the dogs getting out. So I haven't done a feed video or a follow with me or a chore video in a long time. Used to, it was goats. They didn't bother the gate much. But I tell you, puppies, whole different story. So let's see if I can get through here. Get back, Tilly. So Tilly is a hound in training right now. If you've watched any of our recent shorts, I'm so sorry for the sunlight. If you watched any of our recent shorts, you can see her getting started. So this is going to be a whole thing. This is a whole thing. They are chasing the tripod. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, yes. Okay. All right. Okay, quit it. Okay, stop it. Okay. I'm going to take you all off the tripod. Okay, tripod's up there. Chickens are anxiously waiting. There's the little chicks. They're getting so big and beautiful. There's the big chicks. You can see a little damage done to the rooster there. Can you see these half naked on one side? And just is what it is, I guess. Well, let's get them fed. Sorry for the lighting. It's awful. Hopefully my phone don't break. You all are like on the edge of just really falling off right there. The dogs like to eat the corn up that the chickens have. Now that the chickens are separated, they think that they need corn as well, but they don't, so, you know. Everybody looks good, though. Everybody's healing. We're just lucky that nobody died. There's our poor rooster. Bless his heart. He had all these feathers in. He was looking so good through molt. Or coming out of molt. But it is what it is. There's this bunch. Oh, Wile E. Coyote right there. Hey, bud. Hi, bud. And there's Tilly jumping up on me. She knows better. There's Katie. Katie girl. Okay, so here's the trick, guys. It is so hard getting in there to feed these chickens. When I open this door up here, they're going to try to fly out. And sometimes they do. So that's aggravating. Are you all playing? I love to watch those two play. Anyways, let's try to feed these chickens. I'm going to do it off camera because I can't put my tripod down because of those two mongrels there. They look like mongrels, don't they? Can't put my tripod down, so we'll be back to you when they're fed. There they are. That's the next generation of layers. Hopefully we've got more hens than roosters, but I believe we've got a few roosters in there. Pretty positive that one's a rooster. That one back there, I'm pretty positive that one's a rooster because I've had roosters come out just like, looking just like that from the crosses that I have. The hens and the rooster that I have in there, so. Anyways, we gotta fill up their water too. Why I didn't bring water in here, I don't know. I always bring water, but I didn't today. Hi, Kate. Is that your babies? There's the chicks. What? Can you see it? We're farming mud. These two are just a total mess. Just a total mess. How they have a spoon out here is beyond me. They're a mess. This is, if you're wondering what farming mud is like, this is it, guys. Looky there, looky there. Our favorite. I'm lying, it's not. I lied right there. It's not my favorite. Look at all that. Ugh. Hate it. Alright, guys. So, we got the chickens fed. We got the chicks fed. The dogs. The quail. The rabbits. All that's left is to water the dogs out there. To water the chickens. And to water the chicks. So, let's get our water. Let's see if they'll let me have my water bucket back. I've done filled their water up over there. Let's see if we can fill it up over here. Hi. Hi, bud. Hi. Fill this water up. We'll come over here. Guys, I'm trying to do this without the tripod. I'm sorry. Fill the chickens' water up. Theirs is pretty full. It's got a little piece of ice in it, but it's melting, so I'm not going to bother with it. Y'all can't see this. Y'all can't see this. Alright, the rest of the water goes to the chicks. These two are trouble. That's what they are. Trouble. And there's their water, because somebody will say I didn't do it. So, there it is. Water filled. Fresh, clean water. So that's a wrap on the chores that I need to do. If you've been here for any extended period of time, you know that me and Andy, my husband, split the chores up, and so he'll have to do his chickens. I mean, it looks like he did something on the tractor. He put the bucket on the tractor, took the mower off of it earlier. I wish I could have got it on video, but I was doing this. So we got here at, I think, 1:30, 1:34. It's 3:25. So while I'm videoing, it takes that long to get the chores done. But it usually only takes, I don't know, 30 minutes at the most to get everything done. So that's how, if you're wondering what it's like, being a YouTuber and you're wanting to do YouTube. Why am I trying to film the end of this in the sun and the worst lighting? Worst possible lighting. That's what I'm doing. If you're wondering what it's going to be like, if you want to be a YouTuber, you're going to figure out real fast that if you're videoing, it's going to take 3 times longer than it takes you to just get it done without the video. It's all right, though. I love sharing our life, love showing you all what it's like living on a farmstead, farm, whatever you want to call it. But, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully, we can see you on the next one. If you haven't liked this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hopefully, we can see you on the next one. Bye, guys. See you later, alligators.